Everything's clicking.
Nice. So once we've done that one, we're going to bring the fingers in the way. So pointing together. And you're going to repeat the exact same process. So get your fingers facing together, rock forward, rock backwards, rock to the side, rock to the side. Big circle one way, big circle the other way. Beautiful. Cool. And last one, you're going to rotate all the way out. So your fingers are pointing back at you. And you're going to rock forward.
Whoop.
You're going to rock back to the side, to the side. All the way around one way. All the way around. The other way. Cool. Now we're going to stay here with the fingers pointing to get towards us. You're going to bring your knees in as close as you can to your hands, in between the gap of your hands. And all you're going to do now is try and sit your bum back onto your heels, keeping those palms flat on the floor. And it'll just give you a bigger stretch than we had before. Hold. Cool. And then slowly release the pressure and bring your hands off of the floor. And now what you're going to do is you're going to get the backs of your hands. I can only really do it on one hand. You're going to do both at the same time. You're just going to stretch off the other way. So I'm putting the back of my hand on the floor and I'm just gently pressing into it to release the wrist the other way. Beautiful. Hey, Kathy. Awesome. Cool. How are the wrists feeling?
Good.
Good. Wobbly.
Yeah, that's the story of my life. Cool. So if we have a chair or a bed or something like this, what we're going to do is a little stretch to open up your shoulders and your lats, okay, before we start putting pressure through our shoulders. Now, all we're going to do, we're going to start off single arm first on each side, and then you're going to put both together, okay? So all we're going to do here, whatever they call them, I don't know. But on the bed, what I'm looking for is if I show you with this arm first, the whole time I want my forearm vertical and my fingers pointing to the ceiling, okay? The other arm is just going to be there to support that arm, to save it from dropping in the way, okay? The initial thing is you're going to want your fingers to point towards the opposite shoulder, but the other hand there is to brace that and not let it happen, right? So all I'm going to do, squeezing my abs, I'm going to drop my chest to the floor, trying to keep that the forearm as vertical as I can, and we're going to hold on each arm for 30 seconds. Does that make sense? No? Try and keep that arm vertical as you can. So don't start just yet. Go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. As we get through the 30 seconds, we're just going to try and drop that chest a little lower to the floor. Now, what to think about is dropping your chest or almost sucking your rib cage in. I don't want to see a big arch in your back. If anything, I want to see a round in your back. This is maybe what's going to confuse you today from what we normally teach you. 10 more seconds before we swap over. Good, Claire, good. Nice. And then we're going to switch in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it.
You don't want the backs to dip down.
We don't want an arch. So if I don't want to see this position, I would rather see this.
Okay.
So think bad deadlift position. That's normally how we describe our handstands. Bad deadlift position. Let the chest sink through. Use the other arm to stop you internally rotating that shoulder. Let it externally rotate. Fingers to the ceiling the whole time. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. So next one we're going to do is both at the same time. So as we set up, all I'm going to do is pop my hand on my opposite elbow. Okay. So in that position, it's a little bit harder. In that position, I'm here and I'm trying to suck my rib cage in, drop my chest to the floor. So I'm trying to be here, not here. Okay. Rib cage in, bad deadlift, right? Rounded back. So we're going to go for a minute in that position. Now we're going to start.
What do we do with our hands?
So one hand on the opposite elbow.
Okay, got it.
Yep, cool. Start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good, guys. There we go. Rib cage down. As if someone was going to come kick you in the stomach. Brace as tight as you can. Nice, Ryan. Good, Anne-Marie. Solid, Rachel, isn't it? Good, Jen. Keep holding, guys. Remember to breathe. Good. Ribcage down. Let the chest sink a little lower if we can. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. And slowly come out of that. Nice. Cool. Beautiful. Rest, rest, rest. Ryan, I don't know if you're still stuck like that or if your camera is frozen. We'll assume this camera's frozen. Ryan?
Hello?
Oh no, there he is. He's so, oh no, he's still there. Right. Cool. So now we're going to move on to some of the positioning or shaping, as we used to call it in gymnastics. Now, the back in the day, the coaches would call this your turtle shape. So we'll call it a turtle power, right? So bad deadlift. That's what I want you to think about. Okay, top of your spine, essentially your thoracic. When we do handstands, we never want to be here. Okay, if anything, we want to be here. Now this is exaggerated, but good position for a handstand. Obviously, a bad position for a deadlift, unless you look at those crazy powerlifter dudes set up with a rounded back and nothing changes as they lift, right? That way we can recruit more muscle, but just don't deadlift like that. Right? We're not going to do that. Handstands only. Round your back in your handstands, not on your deadlift. Until someone more qualified than you tells you otherwise. So, turtle shape. What we're looking for is you're going to be flat on the floor. Okay, I'll tell you first. Flat on the floor, on your chest. Arms out. Now, anytime today you have your arms extended, your goal is to press away, okay? Even if there's nothing in your hands. Your goal is to try and get your shoulders to hide your ears. The difference between here, yeah, my arms are straight, I've externally rotated, my lats are on, cool, but I can make that stronger by shrugging my shoulders and trying to hide my ears with my shoulders, right? So anytime you've got your arms straight, your job is to hide your ears with your shoulders. Might feel a little strange if you've never done it before. So you're going to be face down, okay? You're going to squeeze your feet together. You're going to squeeze your bum as tight as you can, and we're pressing the shoulders up into the ears as much as we can. At the same time as pressing into the floor and trying to lift your chest, okay? That's where that little round in the back is going to come from. That's why we call it turtle shape. So the idea is, I'll get myself flat on the floor, bring my feet together, point my toes away, okay? Hands out in front. Now I'm going to press my shoulders away. And now the goal is I'm going to lift my chest off of the floor and back down. Now, how I do that, I don't know if you can see because you only lift like an inch or so. The idea is I press into the floor as much as I can at the same time as pressing up and away, okay? All I'm trying to do is lift my chest off of the ground. So what that's going to do from side on is I'll be here flat, try and lift my chest off the floor. I'm in that rounded position again, right, that we talked about. So things to focus on is pressing your palms into the ground as hard as you can, at the same time as trying to get your armpits on the floor also, okay? Now, obviously mobility and different flexibility levels are going to come into play here, but that's fine. I don't mind where you are. I just don't want to see you press and then open it or close off your shoulder so much to try and get your chest off the ground, right? That's where we're going to get that extension in the back instead of that flexion that we're talking about, right? Does that make sense? Everyone kind of follow me so far? Yeah. So again, I'll show you again. On the floor, pressing away. Now I'm going to press into the floor, squeezing my bum, press into the floor, keep my armpits as close to the ground as I can, lift the chest, and we're going to hold. You're going to hold there for 10 seconds, Okay, it doesn't sound much, but if you do it properly, it sucks. So 10 seconds. You're going 10 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 3 sets or 3 rounds. Then you're going to rest a minute, and you're going to do the whole thing 3 times, right? I'll keep you right. All you need to listen is go and stop, right? Wait. Any questions? We good?
Good.
Cool. So remember, we're pressing into the floor at the same time as we're pressing our shoulders up into our ears. So set yourself up just now. Don't press into the floor just yet. I just want you to press your arms away as much as you can to hide those ears. Squeeze your bums. Okay, now we're going to press into the floor. Bring the chest off in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice. Lift that chest off the floor as much as we can. As you try and get those armpits down to the ground. Armpits down, armpits down. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Yeah, it sucks, right? If you do it properly. There we go. And we're going again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Press the hands in and get the shoulder, the armpit as close to the ground as we possibly can. Rounding that back slightly. It might feel weird because we're never used to being here. 2, 1. Rest. Good. One more. Yeah, front of the shoulders. Squeeze those bums. I can see some of your backs arching. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your bum. Press into the floor. Lift the chest up. Nice, Jen. Good, Jimbo. Good, guys. Keep holding. Keep holding. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. You're going to rest for 1 minute, and then we're going to do it again, and then again. All right? What are we feeling? How are we feeling? Where are we feeling it? Front of our shoulders, maybe? Yeah. Front of our shoulders, our lats, things like that. Yeah. Good. If you don't feel it at all, then you've probably got a really, really good handstand, which is awesome. But we're looking for those front delts, maybe a little bit of your lats. Okay. So again, anytime we're in a handstand, we're trying to avoid this. We would rather see this. Okay. Because instantly you can tell if you sit like that or wherever you're at, if you extend back the way and I was going to punch you in the stomach, I would get you good, right? Whereas if I ask you to go ribs down, everything in your core tenses up. That's what we need. We need all of our muscles working when we're upside down. We're going into that second set, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get those armpits in as close to the floor as we can. Press and then squeezing the bum. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. And we go again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Show me the best turtle. Nice. Round that thoracic, your upper back. Armpits down, bum squeeze. 3, 2, 1. And again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We get the rest after this one. Come on. Good team. Get that chest off the floor, armpits into the floor, and rest. Cool. We got another minute off, and we're going to repeat that full thing once more time.
I find it hard to do the whole thing. I'm thinking armpits close to the floor. Okay, so now it's slightly changing my back.
Yeah.
Forgot my glutes, forgot my feet.
So imagine that upside down, right? So we try, we make the positions here as familiar and as strong as we can before we suddenly chuck your full body weight through your shoulders, right? And we're used to this. And when you're building the strength, if your front of your shoulders are probably burning by now, so you're going to build the strength in those positions, as well as eventually, more we do this, we can hold it for longer and longer and longer. Then our armpits eventually get closer and closer to the floor, so we work on our flexibility, our mobility, and the strength in those positions also. It's just when we have classes, there's just not that much time to work on this sort of stuff. And however many, there's what, 10 of us in here? 11 of us in here? Not everyone that interested in lying on the floor face down, pressing their hands into the floor, right? So we got to try and keep it as interesting as we can. Cool. And we're going again for the last round in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squeeze those feet together. Squeeze your bums. Armpits down. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Jen's getting attacked by the dog. Nice. Nice. Okay, this last 2, I want to see how close your armpits can get to the floor and how high you can lift your chest. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. There we go. Really press down. Nice, Marie. There you go. Good, Jen. Strong, Greg. Good, right. Fight for it. 3, 2, 1. Rest. We got one more. One more.
Oh, jeez, oh.
Come on, Kathy.
2, 1. Let's go. Kathy's just texting.
I've got to go to work, so I'm getting my meal ready and put it in my fitness pal.
Here we go. Consistency. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice.
Back to me there from the clock.
Yeah, that's the game plan. Right, cool. How we feeling? Shoulder?
Tired?
Yeah, tired sucks, right? Constant tension.
Never done that before.
So things like this, everything we run through today, you can use as like a warm-up piece, an extended warm-up piece if you know that you've got handstands in a workout to do or whatever it may be, any form of handstands. Even if you wanted to use this sort of stuff before a weightlifting session, yeah, your shoulders are warm, you're working through those same positions, and it all transfers over, right? That's what CrossFit is, essentially. So this is where we need the wall. And this is where my useless shoulder mobility is going to be highlighted to all of you. So the idea here, the better you are at this, the closer your heels are going to be to the wall. Now at no point, so the end goal from what I'm going to show you is that your whole arm is in contact with the wall, from just above your shoulders to your fingertips, okay? But at no point do you compromise anything in your chest position and your back position to achieve that, okay? Because what happens there is, instead of being in this sort of hollow turtle position, and I think, oh, I need to get my arms to the wall, boom, I lean back, I lose my core, my back goes, and I'm an extension, and that's how our lower back goes. I'm trying to get my stomach. So, against the wall, and set this up. The idea is, you're going to try and get your heels, obviously if you're really good at this, your heels are going to be touching the wall. I'm nowhere near this. So I'm going to step quite a decent step away, and I'm going to lean into the wall. Now the idea here is, I'm going to brace at my core in that turtle position that we all just seen. My lower back's against the wall, okay? And I'm trying to suck my belly button through my body into the wall also. So I'm now in this rounded position. Now you probably already see that my shoulders are off the wall. The idea here is that we lift both arms up and try and get the whole arm to touch the wall. Now, here, I'm fighting against not extending my back. It's real hard to see from where you're at, but you'll feel it when you're on the wall. So for me to get my arms to touch the wall, I have to do this. And now, there's a big old gap in my back where you'll feel that arch. Again, we always want someone's going to come kick me in the stomach, and I'm going to brace here. Now, if that means my arms come off of the wall, that's fine. Okay? That's eventually our gold standard that we're going to get to. The more mobile we get, and the stronger we get in those positions, our shoulders will come back and we'll have our arms against the wall. So again, feet are planted. I'm squeezing my abs as tight as I can. My lower back's against the wall. I'm trying to keep my shoulder blades against the wall also. At the same time, slowly I'm going to raise my arms up. And we're going to hold at the position just before you start to break from your lower back or any part of your back being on the wall. Now, a lot of us that have got, whether it be strict handstand push-ups, kipping handstand push-ups, handstand walks, our shoulder mobility is absolutely awful, right? But we are strong enough in those positions to move through that sort of range of motion. Now, the issue comes from if fatigue starts to kick in, and then eventually my strength vanishes, and now my body's in a position that's no longer mobile or strong enough to be in, and that's how we get injured, right? So strength will only get you so far. Yeah, we need to be mobile in those positions, flexible in those positions. So when you try this, it's probably not going to feel the nicest on that little thoracic part of your back, the bit that rounds and arches when we're talking about the turtle and in your extension position. Okay, so if you find the wall just now, and we'll just get into those positions before we start any timers or anything like that, just so you know how it feels. So find the wall. Okay, now let's everybody put your arms up over your head. Now imagine you had a 100-kilo barbell over in your hands. You're gonna have to hide those ears with your shoulders, right? Press up the whole time. Now let's make sure you're squeezing that rib cage down towards your toes, as if I was gonna come punch you in the stomach. And then we're gonna raise those arms up and then slowly bring them back towards the wall and see how close we can get before I see any deviation in your spines, okay? Don't let, here we go. Don't let your back extend, okay? No big hyperextension in the back to try and meet the wall with the shoulders. You see my arms were nowhere near the wall, and that is okay. You're just gonna constantly press back against that resistance at the same time as pressing up and squeezing your abs, okay? So don't do too much, just rest just now. Cool and chill. Awesome. Now most of you set up. Oh look, there's a Christmas lights there. Stranger Things lights up there. So what I seen was everyone set up. Not everyone, but we went straight against that wall, and we were like, "Oh, this is easy." Boom, and we're out here. Okay. What's this? What you're not snatching. Okay, you're doing a handstand. Here. Yeah, hide your ears. So the closer those arms are in, the harder it's going to be, right? Obviously, when we do handstand push-ups, you're not here. This is how you hold a good handstand. Anything slightly outside the shoulder is okay, but once we get out here, you're just kidding yourself, okay?
Yeah, you're killing.
If you are, then you're cheating, and I'm on to you, right? Stop it. Bring those arms in. Try and hide those shoulders. You can't hide your ear with your shoulder if it's out here, right? Bring it in nice and close. So this one, we're going to go 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, okay? Now, at no point do I want to see you start to extend in your back. I want to see that tight core the whole time, round in the back, almost, if we want to call it that. Think like a turtle, right?
Liam, where's your head? Because I feel like when you do that, your head goes down a bit.
Yeah, so you just want your head to be neutral. So like you can have it against the wall, okay? But if you start trying to fight, and if your shoulders drop forward, don't try and strain your neck to keep your head on the wall. Just let it go with wherever it needs to be. Okay, we just want it neutral. Same as when we're in the handstand, we don't want to be arching either way. Just don't put any stress on your neck. So 20 seconds on this one, 20 seconds off. Three rounds for 3 sets. Yeah, beautiful. You ready? And the whole time you're pressing up and back towards the wall, only to an extent before our shoulders and our back starts to arch. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice. You're going to press up and away. Hide those ears with the shoulders. Brace at the core. Nice, Rachel. What's wrong? And rest. Cool. This time when we're in it, you're not going to be able to check with your hands, but ask, is there a gap anywhere from my spine and the muscles down either side from the wall? Is there a gap? If there is, try and force that into the wall again. Okay, again, we're trying to suck our belly button through our body and drive that into the wall at the same time as trying to keep our shoulders on. We are going to have to compromise somewhere, okay, before our back starts to arch. So try and find that sweet spot, wherever that is with our mobility, and hold there, right? And eventually that's going to progress over time. And we're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice. Hide those ears. Press up. You got a 200-kilo barbell in your hands. Don't squash it. Good. Suck the rib cage in as if I was going to come punch in the stomach. Nice. Don't let that back come off the wall. Whole time fight it. Press up, press up. In 3, 2, 1. Rest.
You feel it in your legs?
Huh?
You feel it in your legs?
If you're keeping tension through your whole body, yeah, you might feel it in your legs.
That's fine.
How's those shoulders, Greg? Okay, guys, we go again. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Is this recorded, Liam?
Yes, but because I am a technology wizard, I obviously forgot to push record right at the start of the video. But anything missed, I'll add it in.
Thank you.
And rest there, guys. Nice. Okay, we got a minute off on this one. That was the third one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You got a minute off. Cool. How are we feeling this one? Where are we feeling it?
Everywhere.
Good. Good. As long as we're not feeling any tension in our lower back or our thoracic, okay, that would tell me that you are in this position that we're trying to avoid here, as opposed to here. So this is when we're looking at shoulder mobility. So yes, I'm asking you, your shoulders are going to come forward with your chest, but we're looking to eventually open up those shoulders without our chest having to follow, essentially, if that makes sense. 20 seconds and we go again. And then the next one, you get to get upside down. Look at that. With all of those points added together. A lot of thinking going on. And we're going to go in 3,
Same thing.
2, 1. Same thing. Yeah, let's get it. We're going to press up, hide those ears with those shoulders. Brace at the core. Trying to suck the rib cage down, suck the belly button through the body into the wall. All at the same time as trying to breathe. And rest. Good. 10 seconds, we go again. Good, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Press up the whole time. Try and stay active with those shoulders. Bring those arms in closer, Nazi boy. Closer. Not to the wall, to your head. There you go. Keep pressing, keep pressing. Abs down. 3, 2, 1. Rest.
Just for that.
10 seconds, we go again. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Suck that rib cage down clear. There you go, nice. And then bring those arms back. There you go. That's that fight that we're trying to get. Arms in as close to the wall at the same time as keeping our back against the wall. We're going to have that constant battle, back and forward. Find those ideal positions. And rest. Nice. Cool. We got a minute off and then one more at that one. And we'll move on to getting upside down.
Liam, is it right to feel a little bit in your traps as well?
You will, mate, yeah, because you're constantly like pressing up
Yeah.
all the time. Everything in your shoulder and up around your neck is going to be engaged as well.
Yeah, sweet. Okay.
Same idea as like when you're standing on your feet, your hips will bring in your glutes, quads, hammies, everything to stabilize. You flip that upside down, your shoulders are going to bring in everything around it as well to try and help out, especially if we're then trying to deviate from that position each time. 20 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good, guys. Rib cage down, press up the whole time. I don't want to see any soft elbows. Hide those ears, lock out those arms. Good, there we go. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. This time when you're in that position, ask yourself, if someone was to come punch me in the stomach, am I braced enough to take it? If not, brace, right? If you got someone in the house, come get them punching the stomach, see what happens.
Just a wee bit.
2, 1. Let's go.
You're just round the corner, Liam, so.
Yeah, I'll come. I'll be there in 2 seconds, mate. Good, guys. Press up the whole time. Page down. Get that whole back against the wall. Try and suck the belly button through the body. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Nice.
Shudders.
Others. Was that the second one or the third one? I can't count.
That's the second one.
Oh, you got one more. Look at that. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Math's not my strong point. Unless it's counting plates on a barbell. I could do that. Press up the whole time. Hey, Rachel. Rib cage down. Brace for that punch. Keep pressing. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. And chill. Boom. Nice. Beautiful. So, shoulders are killing you, right? Purely just trying to fight to get into a decent position for the handstand. But the glaring difference there is you're not in a handstand, okay? You're still standing on your feet, not your hands. So you can see the work that all of us, my shoulders are arguably probably the worst out of everyone on this thing. All of us have a lot of work to do mobility-wise, okay? But we can't just rely on strength to get us through. So obviously we need that strength basis, okay, as well as the foundation of a good position before we start adding crazy intensity and reps and weight to it. So what we're going to move on to now is getting yourself upside down on a box, a bench, a chair, whatever it may be, okay? Now there's 2 different options here. We can go from our knees or we can go from our toes. If we're on our toes, it puts a little bit more weight through your shoulders, okay? So it's a little bit more intense, but it's entirely up to yourself. You can play about with both as we go. Okay? And we're into 30-second holds for these ones. Yeah, so we're increasing the intensity as we go, as the movement gets harder. So what we're going to look for, all those points are the exact same. So what I want to see with my shoulders, what my shoulders trying to do. Someone tell me. Shout at me.
Stay engaged, pushed.
Yeah. Hide my ears, right? I'm going to
Close
press
to
the floor the whole time. Now, to do that, like obviously here it's just, I'm just going to shrug my shoulders. But when we do that on the floor, you're going to have to press and shrug at the same time, okay? Ideally, we see the shoulder over the wrist, but depending on our mobility, you'll see me, I'm slightly wider than that. I just can't really get in here because I'm too tight, but that's something I need to work on also. Okay, so we're trying to get as close to wrist as we can. We're going to pull that chest in to round the back over. Okay, we don't want to see that extension in the back. We want to see that turtle shape. We're going to push the floor away the whole time, again, to hide those ears. So what that's going to look like, if I go from my knees, what we're going to do is I'm going to get my knees as close to the edge of the bed or the chair as I can, and my hands in as close as I can. Now here, yes, I'm pressing away. I'm hiding my ears, my chest rounded, but my hips are real low. The idea is I'm going to press and then get my hips up in the air. I'm pressing through the floor, hiding my ears, sucking my rib cage in to round the back slightly while all the rest of it's going on, right? Now, if you want to go from your toes, it just puts a little bit more weight through your shoulder. So what that's going to look like, all the positions are the exact same. Okay, disappear that. No. So out here, I see this all the time in like a handstand push-up off a box. What I would like to see is that pike. So again, my toes are on the edge of the bed. I'm going to bring my hands in as close to the edge of the bed as I can. I'm going to press, shrug the shoulders, bring the rib cage down to round the back. I don't want to see this position here in the back. We're sucking the rib cage in and down, hips up nice and high. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have 3 rounds of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, but it's just 2 sets this time. Okay. 3 rounds, 30-30, and then we'll rest, and then we'll go again for 3 rounds. Now you can play about with it on your toes, on your knees as we go, okay? But the main point again is we're pressing away, hiding those ears with the shoulders, and we're rounding at the back almost, if you want to think about it that way. Rib cage down as if someone's going to come punch you in the stomach. So get yourself ready to go.
You say it's okay on the wall as well, yeah?
What's that, mate?
You say it's okay on the wall or just on the bed?
If you want to go on the wall, you can go on the wall, but
No space in that area.
not yet. That's next week. Right. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 30 seconds. Good. Try and get those hips up as high as we can. As you suck that rib cage in, mate, as if I was going to come punch you. There you go. That's what I want to see. Good, Greg. Keep pressing. We've rounded that back over. Our hips are up nice and high. And lift those hips up a little bit more, Jen. You got it, Anne-Marie. Keep holding. Keep pressing. Great. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Ooh, buddy. Nice.
Bloody.
Breathe. We got 30 seconds.
Liam, could I check hand position? Is it best to keep them straight, turned out to the side?
So wherever you're feeling confident. So ideally you just go hybrid, right? That second one you said. Just
Yeah.
up slightly. All depends on like your wrist mobility. So like if when we're trying to hold a freestanding handstand, we're going to be here, like straight. But for walking and pressing, we want to externally rotate a bit more, spinning the lats and pulling.
Okay, cool.
We'll put again, guys, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Press the floor away the whole time. Hide those ears with the shoulders. Stuck the rib cage in. I want to see that extension. Brace those abs, Naz. I'm coming to punch you. There you go.
That's my flab.
Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Solid, Ryan. Good man. Keep going, team. We got 5 seconds. Press. 2, 1. Rest. Good. Nice. How was good? Woo.
Finding it
20
really
seconds.
good in my quads.
What's that?
Finding it really tight in my quads.
Yeah, so when we're obviously in the position you're in there, trying to keep as much tension as you can, your hip flexors might start to come into play as well to start help stabilize where you're at, and then that'll start pulling on your quad, and that's why you're feeling the tension down that way.
So that's okay then.
Yeah, because if you're trying to create as much tension as you possibly can,
Okay.
hip flexors for me are one of the first things that will go also.
Okay.
Cool, team, and we're going to go again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good. Press the floor away the whole time. Full turtle. There we go. Squeeze it. Good, Jen. There we go. Strong, Greg. Good, right. Good man, Jamesy. Hide those ears. Press. 10 seconds. Remember to breathe. Hold it the whole way. Come on. Good, right. Strong, team. 3, 2, 1. Yes, good. We got a minute off. And we're going to go again. We're almost done. There's only one last part after this. Good, man. Shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone's abs a little bit? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, good answer. Should be.
My wrists.
Yeah. Play about with your hand position. Stretch them off, do a few of those rotations again. Like stretch them the opposite way from what we've been doing. So we're doing a lot of this way and bring the palm of the hand in towards the forearm or the one on the floor like we did. Loosen those off a little bit. 15 seconds, guys. We're going to try and keep as much tension as we possibly can through our fingertips to our hip, and then when we get upside down on the wall, it will be to our toe. In 2, 1, let's go. Nice, guys. Now for all, there we go. Strong, Tony. It's awesome. Good, guys. Now we're trying to get our hip. The more confident we get, you're all in way better positions now. Trying to get that hip as close to over the shoulder, over the wrist as much as we can as well. Really good. Perfect, Tony. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Hide those ears. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. Guys. 2 more. 2 more. Good, guys. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. And let's go. Hide those shoulders, rib cage down as much as we can. Open up those shoulders. Imagine that position we were in on the floor when we were trying to get our armpits down to the floor as well. We're also pressing through. Really good, strong team. Really good, right? Good, Greg. Strong, Emily. You got it. Keep pressing, keep pressing. 5 seconds in this one, guys. 3, 2, 1. Rest. There we go. One more. One more.
Really?
It's a bit like Archie's class. Whereas I kind of thought it'd be all right, but I went to bed, every muscle in my body was aching.
Yeah. That's the point. That's the point. 5 seconds, guys. Last one on this bit. 3, 2, and 1. Let's make this one the best one. Come on. Have a good night. I'll send you the video. Nice, Ryan. Keep pressing, guys. Hide those ears. Come on. Armpits in. Open them up. Good, Jimsy. Let's get up as high as we can, team. It's the last one. We're here. Come on. Good, Lucy. There you go. Good, Jen. Real strong, Rachel. Awesome, Naz. Abs in, buddy. Abs in. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo, buddy. Good. Good. Okay. Last piece. Last piece.
Oh, no, finish.
Nah. Last piece. You're in the same position. Okay? Same position, but it's going to get harder. So, what we're going to play with here, so now that we're going to add a bit more sort of dynamic movement to it, we might, if we're up on our toes, we might pop back down onto our knees. We might play about with it. We might drop our hips a little bit, depending on where we're at, right? So essentially what we're going to do is you're going to go for a 10-second hold like you just did, okay? But it's 20 seconds less, don't worry about it. Then we're going to go for some shrugs, and that's going to show you the difference of hiding your ears and not hiding your ears, okay? So the idea would be, if we are in this position here, and we're trying to hide our ears as much as we can, we're then going to bring the shoulder blades together and then away. Together and away. Hide the ears, don't hide the ears, yeah? Peekaboo with your ears. Now what that's going to look like, up on the wall or the bed or the bench, is get yourself into that strong position. I'm hiding my ears, and now I'm not. Hide, and now I'm not. So the whole time, my abs are engaged, I'm not then sinking down and then arching my back. Whole time braced, and we're shrugging up and down. Now everything we've talked about, all those positions stay the exact same. Now we're just adding a little bit of movement, okay? Now what we're trying to avoid is any movement going forward to shrug the shoulders. The whole time we're trying to hide those ears. We're in this position here, and all we're doing is retracting the shoulder blades and then pressing back to hide those ears again. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because if you all just put your hands up in the air just now, it's going to feel real silly. But if you do that now, just put your hands in the air. And now shrug your shoulders up so you can't hide your ears, so you can't see your ears, and now I'll bring them down. And then up, and then down. That's all we're going to do. Say all we're going to do. You're going to do that way, they're upside down, right? Yeah. So the idea is you're going to go 10 seconds of a hold, 10 seconds of just slow shrugs, just to feel about, right? Don't try and go real fast, okay? It's just up, down, Done. Okay, that's the difference. I know where I need to be. I know what one's not right. Yeah, just so we can feel which one we should be in. And at the same time, we're going to build some extra strength and stability in the shoulders and in the traps, because now we're adding some instability and movement, right? And we're only going to go 2 rounds of this one. So it's literally 10 seconds of a hold, 10 seconds worth of shrugs. You're going to rest for 30 seconds. You're going to go a 10-second hold, 10 seconds of shrugs. Done. Right? Beautiful. Cool. Set yourself up. Again, that hold in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good, guys. Whole time we're squeezing that rib cage down again, hiding those ears. This is when we're still shrugging away, and then we've got 3, 2, 1, and into those slow and controlled shrugs. So the whole time we're squeezing the rib cage down. 3, 2, 1, and rest.
Oh.
So everyone starts collapsing off of their benches and stuff.
Oh.
Bad, right? We've got one more. 20 seconds left. We'll stretch off those shoulders. Nazzy just broke his toe.
Just kidding.
We're good to go.
Oh,
5 seconds, team. Let's get ourselves ready to go again. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's try this one maybe up on our toes, or maybe our hips a little bit higher, a little bit closer to over our wrist. There we go. And we're going into those shrugs in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Hide the ears. Strong, Ryan. Perfect. Good, Tony. There you go. Strong, Claire. Good. Nice, Jen. It's really good. 3, 2, 1. Woo, got it. Nice. Okay. Last piece. All you're gonna do. It's a stretch. Don't worry about it. So all we're gonna do now. Okay, my mobility in my shoulders isn't great. My lats get in the way. James is definitely gonna have an issue with this one. So what we're trying to do is arms behind your back. Okay. Now, gold standard is eventually you can get your pinkies to touch. Now, I am absolutely nowhere near it, but that's eventually where we're going to get to, right? Hands by the back. Now, what I'm going to do from here is I'm pressing through the floor, but I'm now just going to bring my bum away from my hands, and we're going to feel that stretch in the front of your shoulders, maybe in your lats, okay? And we're going to play about with how far away we can get, right? And you're going to hold for a minute, okay? 2 rounds of a minute on and off. 3, 2, 1, and let's slide your bum away.
Oh.
There we go. Away from your hands. Now, let's try not to go super wide with them. The whole time we are trying to get pinkies to touch. Even if we're miles away, you're still fighting to get them as close as together as we can. If you slowly start to lose the feeling of that stretch, try and shift your bum away a little bit more. Try and engage your abs the whole time as well. Don't start to arch, or lower back will have to try and take over. Abs engaged the whole time. We're 30 seconds in. 30 seconds ago. Good, guys. Remember to breathe. Feel them loosen off. You might have one tighter than the other. You can play about with shifting weight side to side. See where we're at. 10 seconds, and we're slowly going to shuffle backward. Don't just collapse backwards. In 3, 2, 1. Shuffle back. Cool. We got one more, and then we're done.
oh, we're really done.
That wasn't pleasant either.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really done after this.
Really.
Liam, see at the start of it, I did feel it in my shoulders, but then it just went all bicep here.
Yeah, so whatever's tight is what's going to get pulled on, right?
Yeah.
So try and play about with like different widths of your arm, and then wherever you're at, if you shifted forward a bit and then it shifted into your bicep, go backwards until you find it in your shoulders again.
Shoulders,
But it
yeah.
might just be if your shoulders loosen off, it's then going to pull on the next tightest thing, right? It's like when you stretch your hammies, or calves. I always feel it behind my knee instead of
Yeah.
either ends, just because the tension that you built up.
Cool.
10 seconds. We're going into our last minute, and then I'm going to leave you alone, and you can enjoy the rest of your night.
Hey.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. Settle into it for a few seconds. Okay, cool. I can shift a little bit further forward. Remember to breathe. Abs on the whole time. Try not to arch. Rachel, you'll have like the world's most flexible shoulders swinging about on those rings. Yeah. Good, Jen. Nice, that's your boy. Good, Jamesy. Strong right. Nice summary. Trying the whole time getting those pinkies trying to touch together. Yeah, I'm the same. 15 seconds, team.
Oh.
And 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Awesome, guys. You smashed it. There you go. So, similar to arches, a bit more time now that we can spend on focusing on the positions that we kind of just skip through, right? When we're in the gym, we're trying to do handstand walks, handstand push-ups, even if we're on the box, if we're not in the right position, and then we're still doing reps from it, we're just going to develop more volume in a bad position. Right? So this is the bit, it's the non-sexy, non-fun part, right, that sucks, but that then is then going to transfer your max set into an extra couple of reps, or we then jump up the next progression in that movement, right? Cool, so if you guys have any questions, give me a shout. If not,
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
enjoy the rest of your night. Well done.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much.
Good. Liam, thank you.
No worries, guys. Well done.
Yeah, cheers, Liam.
Thank you.
See you next one.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Oh, it's the base.
Can't fucking go off.
You ready to do the next class?
I'll end it and then I'll speak to you on Call of Duty.
Yeah, man.
I'll be on at 9 if anyone's coming on earlier. Oh, Nazi's just died. Right, boys.
Catch it. Bye.